I'm going to show you how to trim the Christmas tree today. First, you need a good tree skirt or a base. We chop down a Christmas tree every year. That's become our tradition. And then I take a sliver off the end of the tree trunk and I just scribe the date into it. And then I hope to continue this tradition through our married life to then one day have a big bowl of tree trunks and our Christmas memories. This year I got a galvanized trough from my future mother-in-law and I put the tree in there, and I really love how it pulls the silver and the white tones that I'm going for this year. Second, add lights. I went with fairy lights this year, and I know it's kind of impractical because it has battery packs and so you have to put in new batteries each year, and you can see the battery packs on the tree, but I really like the look of the fairy lights, and I really like that mine all have timers, so it does help a little bit, and I can set different settings, which I know you can do with regular lights as well. Third, you're going to add your garland, and I didn't add my garland this year because I felt like the snowflakes would just be too overbearing with my tree already, so I'm saving it for next year. So fourth is you want to stuff your larger ornaments and your larger baubles towards the trunk of the tree because you want to fill in any gaps, and it helps keep your baubles a little bit safer. So as your branches start to droop, which they will on a natural tree, they won't fall off the tree branches. And I like to put my ribbons behind a prong of one of the branches. So I make sure that when the branch comes out, and if there's two little branches that come off the side, I put the ribbon behind the two little branches, and that just helps kind of secure that bauble, so if it does start to droop, it won't fall to the floor and crash. A good tip to note too is that you want to keep your larger baubles, or even kind of the majority of your baubles, with your palette color, and so that's going to help keep a consistent palette and a consistent color throughout the tree, which then brings to number 5, is that's when you can start adding different colors, different textures, different shapes to help kind of highlight the tree and give it that little bit of uniqueness, and pulling out your own special ornaments that you've collected through the years. And finally is to add your star. A good holiday tip is to leave the wrapping paper and the ribbon that you want to use that kind of ties in your color palette beside the tree, or somewhere in a bin or in a tote, or I've got a metal galvanized container that I use as well. And that does two things. That kind of ties in your color palette, and it's a husband helper, because if they're like mine, he will go and grab the first roll of wrapping paper that he sees. So it doesn't matter if it's hot pink with flamingos on it, or one year he bought wrapping paper that he thought was Christmas themed, but it was wedding themed, and this was before we were engaged, and so we had a wedding themed wrapping paper underneath the tree from him. So it helps your husbands, and it helps keep your color palette consistent.